Good afternoon. This is The Rundown, where headlines hit harder, stories go deeper, and the truth doesn't hide behind the noise. I'm Brian Taylor, and in the next few minutes, we're cutting through the clutter to bring you what matters most: fast, clear, and unfiltered news. From power moves in politics to breakthroughs shaping our world, this isn't just the news. This is The Rundown. Before we dive in, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. And if you're curious about the gear, books, and tools we trust, check out our top picks at the Linktree in the description below. Drop a comment below and let us know what your thoughts are of what's going on in the Diddy trial so far. We would love to hear your thoughts. Now let's dive into the video. Viewer discretion advised. The following video contains content intended for adult audiences only. It includes discussions of graphic violence and sexually explicit acts that may be disturbing or triggering to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you are under the age of 18 or sensitive to such material, we recommend you do not continue watching. Disclaimer. Some of the claims discussed in this video, including allegations such as Mase being involved in the murder of Biggie, the theory that the bullet was intended for Sean Diddy Combs, and the broader conspiracy surrounding Biggie's death, have not been proven in a court of law. These statements are based on commentary from Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who has made varying claims over the years. While Deal has consistently alleged that Diddy was the intended target, his narrative around the events has shifted. It is important to note that we are reporting what Gene Deal has said, and we are not presenting these allegations as facts. As such, any claims that have not been substantiated in court should be considered alleged. This disclaimer is provided to maintain journalistic integrity and to protect this channel from potential legal liability. Good evening, I'm Brian Taylor, and you're watching The Rundown, where we break down the headlines and bring you the full picture. We begin tonight in New York City, where a tense altercation outside a federal courthouse has resulted in a dramatic twist in the high-profile case involving music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard and longtime critic, has been temporarily banned from attending the trial after reportedly assaulting a social media personality on courthouse grounds. Sources tell The Rundown. The confrontation occurred earlier this week. Deal, who has been a vocal figure throughout Diddy's legal battles, allegedly struck a YouTuber who goes by the name D-Not. Witnesses say the content creator had been antagonizing Deal over the course of several days, with taunts ranging from mocking nicknames to outright provocation. According to a TikTok trial commentator known as Secret Service Sam, the harassment boiled over, resulting in Deal reportedly knocking D-Not unconscious. Despite the severity of the incident, no arrests have been made, but courthouse officials asked Deal not to return, at least for now. Gene Deal is no stranger to the spotlight. He worked as Diddy's bodyguard during the peak of the Bad Boy Records era in the 1990s, and has since emerged as one of the hip-hop mogul's most vocal critics. In his 2022 memoir, My World of Bodyguarding, A Hip-Hop Star, The Last Big Night Deal detailed his time protecting Combs and offered candid perspectives on the music industry's darker corners. In recent weeks, Deal's commentary has taken on a sharper tone, as disturbing allegations against Combs unfold in court. Speaking in a YouTube interview, Deal condemned the reported abuse of singer Cassie Ventura, describing Diddy's behavior as demonic and perverted. He went on to express deep concern for Cassie, accusing Diddy of manipulating and exploiting her under the guise of love and loyalty. Deal also predicted Diddy's emotional unraveling as the trial progresses, saying, quote, "He can't take sitting right there, and hearing all of his dirty deeds. He's hearing all of his deeds in front of him, and he ain't high, he ain't drunk, he gone break, bruh. Online reaction has been intense. Many echo Deal's sentiment, describing Combs as a control freak who now finds himself powerless as disturbing testimonies emerge. Others speculate the bad boy founder is unlikely to accept a plea deal, citing his pride and public persona. We continue our special report on the federal trial of Sean Diddy Combs, which has not only gripped the nation with its serious allegations, but also sparked intense controversy beyond the courtroom. As we reported earlier, former bodyguard Gene Deal has been barred from court attendance after a physical confrontation outside the courthouse. But before that altercation, Deal was already under fire. This time for what he didn't say. A viral video taken just outside Manhattan Federal Court is raising serious questions about Deal's own possible involvement in the disturbing events surrounding Diddy. In the clip, a man off-camera confronts Deal with pointed allegations that in 2004, Deal allegedly participated in what were described as freak-off parties involving minors, disturbing claims made by an individual named Randy Pittman in a recent YouTube interview. Despite the gravity of the accusations, Deal remained silent. He didn't deny the claims or offer any clarification. Instead, he turned away, speaking to a woman recording on her phone, and eventually brushed off the confrontation by saying, "I'll see you when you get inside, bruh," before walking into the building. That exchange, or lack thereof, sparked a firestorm online. Viewers quickly flooded the comment sections calling out what they described as Deal's suspicious silence. One user wrote, "First time I've seen Gene quiet. That says a lot." Others weren't as forgiving, flatly stating, "Gene is absolutely not innocent either," and questioning how someone so close to Diddy could have been unaware of what was going on behind the scenes. A particularly telling comment read, "That face he made said it all," while another added, "He could have stopped half of what happened. He's just as guilty." Others pointed fingers at the woman who appeared to intervene in the video, suggesting she was intentionally disrupting the confrontation to protect Deal. One viewer commented, "Tisa Tells always jumps in when someone presses Gene. That's not a coincidence." While Deal has remained mostly silent on these specific accusations, he did appear in a recent interview with The Art of Dialogue to share his thoughts on how the trial might play out. According to him, Diddy won't be able to withstand the emotional weight of hearing testimony about his alleged misconduct while sober. Deal predicted the music mogul may eventually crack under the pressure and look to negotiate a plea deal just to end the legal and public ordeal. As the courtroom drama continues, so do the questions. And now, they're not just aimed at Diddy. The spotlight is beginning to expand, casting doubt on others in his inner circle, including those who, for years, remained silent. You're watching The Rundown, and our continuing coverage of the fallout surrounding Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering trial. But the storm surrounding Diddy doesn't end in the courtroom, or even in the present day. Now, we turn to a stunning claim made by none other than Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, a man who has increasingly found himself at the center of controversy. From courtroom bans to dodging tough questions, Deal has become a divisive figure. And in a resurfaced clip from his online show, The Gene Deal Show, he's once again sparking outrage. This time for reviving conspiracy theories surrounding one of hip-hop's darkest chapters, the murder of the Notorious B.I.G. Deal, who served as head of security for Bad Boy Entertainment in the 1990s, claims that the bullets that killed Biggie in Los Angeles back in 1997 weren't meant for him at all, but for Diddy. And in a jaw-dropping twist, Deal alleges that rapper Mase, one of Bad Boy's own artists at the time, was behind the trigger. That accusation, explosive on its own, comes from someone who was actually considered a credible witness in the original investigation. Both the LAPD and the FBI reportedly interviewed Deal in the aftermath of Biggie's death, and his first-hand account still carries weight in some law enforcement circles today. But here's where it gets even messier. This isn't the first time Deal has offered a theory about Biggie's killer. Back in 2018, he suggested that the shooter was tied to the Nation of Islam, not Mase, adding more fuel to the speculation and confusion already surrounding the case. In both instances, however, Deal insisted that Diddy was the intended target that night in Los Angeles. According to Deal, his relationship with Diddy deteriorated rapidly after the rapper learned he was cooperating with investigators. In Deal's words, that cooperation ultimately cost him his job. Now, when it comes to motive, the picture is murky. Mase has long been critical of Diddy's business dealings, calling his Bad Boy contract predatory and accusing the label of exploiting young artists for profit. Deal implies, though never explicitly states, that this sour financial relationship may have given Mase a reason to lash out violently. Mase didn't take the accusation sitting down. The moment the allegations aired, he called into Deal's show to confront him directly. What followed was a heated, profanity-laced exchange with both men throwing accusations at each other.
Keep quiet, please. Quiet. Quiet, please.
Eventually, Mase hung up. But Deal continued shouting long after the call had ended, leaving audiences stunned and confused. With each new interview and revelation, Deal continues to blur the lines between whistleblower and provocateur. And while the murder of Christopher Wallace remains officially unsolved, Deal's shifting narratives and the online spectacle that follows only deepen the mystery. Deal, once a loyal protector during the peak of Diddy's Bad Boy empire, has become a central figure in this firestorm, not just for his controversial claims about the past, but for his ongoing commentary on the current federal trial. While Deal has been criticized for everything from courtroom clashes to dodging tough questions about his own alleged involvement in disturbing incidents, he hasn't held back when it comes to his opinions on the case at hand. Speaking publicly, Deal gave an unexpected nod of approval to prosecutors, stating, "I believe the prosecutors are handling the case really well. They need to keep up the good work. Honestly, I think they went easy on him. There could have been way more charges brought to the table." That statement comes as a surprise to some, given Deal's long history with Combs. But according to Deal, the trauma inflicted on alleged victims shouldn't be underestimated. A lot of these people are traumatized. You have to really think about that. Diddy had their lives in the palm of his hand. That kind of power changes everything. Deal also weighed in on testimony from singer and former girlfriend Cassie Ventura, who has accused Diddy of years of abuse, including shocking physical assaults. Deal didn't mince words, offering strong support for Cassie's courage and credibility. Cassie's done a great job, and that video, it speaks for itself. If you think that was the only time she got hit like that, then you're fooling yourself. Referencing the now infamous surveillance footage of Diddy striking Cassie, Deal recalled an even more disturbing account involving another woman. Puff threw a wooden hanger and smacked a girl in the head with it, gave her a concussion. If people believe that's the worst he's capable of doing to women, they've got no idea. Deal's commentary, while volatile, is painting a more complete and disturbing picture of life behind the velvet ropes of Diddy's empire. Between resurfaced accusations, alleged cover-ups, and a growing list of voices from the past stepping forward, the pressure continues to mount around the embattled mogul. As the trial proceeds, we'll continue monitoring both the official testimony and the unfiltered voices circling this historic case. But the scandal surrounding Sean Diddy Combs may run deeper than most imagined, possibly even into the world of politics. Gene Deal, the former bodyguard for Diddy and longtime insider at Bad Boy Records, recently appeared on The Art of Dialogue and claimed that the investigation into Diddy's alleged crimes isn't just about him. According to Deal, the feds are also eyeing powerful politicians who may have been involved in what he described as freak-offs, wild, drug-fueled sex parties Combs allegedly organized and filmed. Deal dropped a bombshell saying, "You know who else they were investigating during that time? The mayor and other politicians in New York City." He pointed specifically to New York City Mayor Eric Adams, whose administration is already under fire for a slew of corruption allegations. Adams, once a supporter of Combs and even the one who awarded him a ceremonial key to the city, eventually revoked that honor after a resurfaced video showed Combs physically assaulting ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. This latest twist only deepens the dark cloud hanging over Diddy. Prosecutors now say the disgraced mogul didn't just commit crimes behind closed doors, he recorded many of them. Investigators allege Combs kept video evidence of the so-called freak-offs as a means of control, possibly using it to blackmail or silence participants, some of whom may have included public figures. The details are shocking: multiple sex workers, mind-altering drugs like ketamine and ecstasy, and marathon sessions that reportedly lasted for days. Officials say these acts were part of a broader criminal operation that included sex trafficking, forced labor, bribery, arson, kidnapping, and obstruction of justice. Deal claimed, "This is bigger than Diddy." And if what he says is true, the next names to drop might not be from the world of music, but from politics. As federal prosecutors expand their case, the potential fallout from these allegations could reach some of the highest levels of influence in New York and beyond. Diddy, who continues to deny all charges, remains behind bars in Brooklyn awaiting trial. Prosecutors have stated they are prepared to press charges against anyone found to have taken part in these acts. What started as a music industry scandal may now be heading into the halls of political power, and the full truth has yet to be uncovered. I'm Brian Taylor and you've been watching The Rundown. Thanks for watching. Stay with us as we will continue to cover the latest developments